Hello, race fans, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for tonight's running in the Graham Cracker Racing Series. We've got 250 laps to run here tonight. Tonight, I am joined by Elliot. Let's bring Elliot in here. Elliot, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. We're going to see some really fun racing. Hopefully, won't be as much of a caution fest as we've been seeing from Bristol lately. But we have a bunch of clean drivers out here on the field today, so we should see some good, nice long green flag runs.
All right, looks like the cars are rolling out on the track now, so I'm going to take you down through the starting lineup. Starting off on the pole is going to be Greg Minton with Zach Garvey on the outside. Row number 2 is going to have Alan Duggar with Brandon Sanders on his outside. Row number 3 is going to have Kenny Most and Grady Graham on his outside. Row number 4, Nicholas Godsey with Emily Urias. Row number 5 is going to have Phil Amsden and Timothy Carpenter. Row number 6 is going to be Kurt Thompson. And bring up the rear of the field, it's going to be Max Johnson and Josh Most. So that is going to be your starting lineup for tonight, Elliot.
Well, we certainly do have a lot of talent out here on the in the field as well. Have a mix of I ratings around.
Looks like and the green flag is out here at Bristol. And we've already got one headed down low. Craig Minton gonna lead the first lap with Alan Duggar and Zach Garvey right behind him side by side in that 12 and the 11 car, fighting for second place. And right behind them, we've also got Sanders and Godsey fighting for the spot behind them. And it looks like Duggar's got the second place position following Minton across the line for lap number 3, Elliot.
Yeah, you can see in the battle here, Sanders is really trying to roll that middle lane. However, with the lack of rubber up there, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get the pass off against Godsey, but he seems to be doing a pretty good job. Chris?
Oh, and we've got one into the wall. That is going to be...
Can he get back down off of those marbles? Oh! And the caution is out. And Sanders does not look good.
So you can take a look back and find out what happened.
His engine is smoking.
Alright, taking a look at the 1.5 Studios replay here. It's like Sanders just gets up into the wall, comes down across the nose of that green car. Let's see whose that is. That was Grady Graham. Comes across the nose of Grady Graham and into the inside wall. Graham got a bit of damage there. There you go, Elliot.
Yeah, it just looks like he couldn't stabilize it off of the wall and turned right down on the nose of Grady Graham. An unfortunate ending for Brandon Sanders, who had qualified so well to start out, but it appears that he's out of this race. I don't see a way for him to get back into it, Chris. I don't think so, no. I don't believe we have fast repairs. Yeah. I got both screens pulled up.
Alright, so they're going to do some pace laps as we got a few cars coming down pit road. Like Emily Rice heading down pit road. I know we got Sanders with some nose damage. Let's take a look at Grady Graham, see what his car looks like. Yeah, he's got some nose damage there, but not too detrimental. It's a short track, so you know, not like we're racing Daytona, needing that much aero. Here we are under caution on lap number 8. Currently, Alan Duggar is leading the field, just ahead of Craig Minton in second.
Did we bring Brandon up here?
Let's see. I do not see Brandon in. Oh wait, there he is.
I see him. I can track him up.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. If you want to bring him up, that'd be easier for me.
Okay. Should I DM him first to make sure that he's like okay to do an interview up here?
Well, looks like we're going double file, so we're going to be going back 1 to green. We can hit him up on the next caution though, and yeah, just bring him in. Don't worry about it.
10-4, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to talk to somebody and you can move them, feel free. That'll make it a lot easier for me. And we're back to green. Duggar with a heck of a jump heading down into turn 1 with Minton. They're going to single file out. And Garvey's going to be 3rd right behind them, following in line with Godsey in 4th.
Oh, they're wrecking big time.
And another caution. Here we go on lap 11. Didn't even get a lap in that time. Let's go ahead and take a look back, see if we can see what happened here.
Oh, Josh Most just got into Kenny Thompson. It looks like he got tied up, and both of their days look to be done.
I kind of missed that one.
Should I go down and let Brandon know that we're going to bring him up right now?
Just grab him. So looks like
Okay.
Josh Most gets right into the number 15 of Kurt Thompson, spins him around, and from there, looks like we got a couple of cars. That 93 gets him, and we got a couple of cars just piling in. Looking like they were trying to take the high line, and it just wasn't right there to go past that 15 of Kurt Thompson. So we've got a handful of cars.
Yeah, to me it just looked like it looked like he just got too high on entry and was not expecting Thompson to slow down that much. We don't know the full situation, but it appears that both their days are in jeopardy after that one.
Let's take a look and let's go on board
Go ahead and
with
bring
Most
Brandon
for
up.
this one. Yep.
Brandon, you have a copy?
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, we have Brandon Sanders in the booth right now. What you want to tell us what happened on that last wreck there, Brandon?
Yeah, I got a little too high on that exit, and of course, you know, there's no grip up there. So I got loose and hit the wall, and pretty much answers the rest of that right there whenever I came off the wall a little bit and hit Grady.
Brandon, can you tell us,
There's no fast repairs, right?
Yep,
We don't do
that's what I was
fast
gonna
repairs in this league.
So, looks like your day is done, isn't it, Brandon?
Yep, I get to sit back and watch everybody race, and hopefully everybody has a good time.
Of course, Brandon. At least this is only a preseason exhibition race and doesn't count for any points, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Luckily, this is just a practice run for everybody, and I won't have no points taken away or counted against me on this one.
Well, that's all we have for you. We'll bring you back down to where you were, Brandon. Thank you for
All right, man.
talking with us.
All right, man.
Looks like we're
Oh,
about to go
crap, how do I
green
do this?
again.
I got you, buddy.
Alan Duggar is going to take the green flag once again. Garvey making a pass on the high side past Minton. Native Godsey going to be looking down below.
Looks like the 11 car of Zach Garvey is going to just settle in here as Alan Duggar continues to lead the field.
There looks like majority of these cars just kind of single filing out, trying to settle in for a long run here as we are on lap number 18 of 250 here at Bristol. 24, Timothy Green looking underneath the 93 of Ryan Most. Grady just kind of trying to hold that line up top. Now making the pass on Carpenter.
Graham may have nose damage, but at this track with its slow speeds, it doesn't really matter that much if you have minor aero damage. You can still make time and you can still make passes, which is definitely a good sign because at this track, with how short it is and how loose it can be, there's going to be a lot of wrecks.
Graham making his way by on the outside.
Yeah, Grady's just able to roll that middle very, very well in that number 54 Toyota machine. That beautiful Graham Crackers paint job. 52, I apologize. Seems Urias is also trying to get up and run the higher lane. She's barely just staying out of the marbles, but she is starting to move up a little more.
Like that 93 of Most is just kind of, yeah, Most just kind of settling in for a run. Looks like he's just kind of hanging out, letting people go by, expecting a long green flag run.
Oh, we have some fight up at the front, boys. Nick Godsey is putting the pressure on Alan Duggar and dealing with Zach Garvey from behind. Duggar's going to go a bit high here. And he's able to just stay in front, get that drive off of the turn to stay away from Godsey.
As I realized that my mic is up for that entire spiel.
I was wondering why you were so silent.
Ugh. That happens sometimes. That lap car gonna do a good job staying out of the way for Duggar, not holding him up at all. I was concerned about that with Godsey right on his back bumper. Not concerned, but curious about it, I guess. Take a quick look through the field. Looks like everybody's pretty well single filed out. Main battle is still going to be right here between Duggar and Godsey.
Yeah, it appears Garvey's fallen back a little bit. Maybe he burnt his stuff up a little bit too early, or maybe he's just trying to save a little bit of tire.
Yeah. Sometimes when you got the speed and you're right there, but really it's just not enough to get past that person. So you're kind of just running hard, wearing out your equipment when you're not going to make progress. So really just kind of settle in, maybe save your stuff, let that person go run their stuff off and get them in a bit.
Oh, absolutely. The dirty air at this track is absolutely killer. And later on in the run, when the tires begin to wear, it's very, very difficult to make passes. Godsey's still putting the pressure on Alan Duggar.
Oh, we got a couple more lap cars up here. That 27 going to stay up on the high side. take a ride on board here with Nicholas Godsey as he's chasing down Alan Duggar.
And look at the line that he's taking. He's taking it just above that little black strip right above the yellow line there. That black strip acts as more of an anti-grip strip, while the line just above it acts as the best part of the track to get grip and get moving. And he has the slightly lower line than Alan Duggar. So he's kind of putting a little bit more air on his rear end, forcing Alan to maybe get out of the gas a little bit. Oh no, and Urias gets into Grady Graham out in the back. Oh, Grady Graham looks like he just went a little too high there and got right on Urias' nose.
That's exactly what it was. Probably thought he was clear and just wasn't quite yet. Ends up turning himself into the wall.
Could have been a wee bit of neck code there, though. No, he just turned himself right off of her nose.
Well, sometimes that just happens in racing. Misjudged it. And unfortunately, he got himself the worst part of it.
He did get the worst part of it. I don't think he'll be too damaged, though, and he'll be able to get the damage from earlier a little bit more fixed, and he'll be able to roll right back out there. You can see the 2 of Kenny Most and the 27 of Phil Amsden deciding to stay out and take the wave around to get their laps back.
Kenny Most. Oh, there's 2 Mosts. That's why.
Yeah, Ryan and Kenny are both brothers. They also have another brother named Josh Most as well, and he's also in this race. All 3 Mosts are in this race. This is the most we've ever seen.
Oh my goodness. Killing me.
All season long here, Chris, all season long.
Josh Most seems to be backwards on track. What the heck just happened there? He gassed it up a little too much going in the corner. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Alan Duggar still out front. If you're a fan of the 15 Studios YouTube channel, you remember him from the IAA Racing League. But look at that, he's even got 15 Studios on his pillar. What a nice surprise for me.
Well,
thanks, Alan Duggar. Appreciate that.
Well, you can always use a rolling advertisement, Chris.
That's right.
Nothing goes wrong with too much exposure. Unless, of course, you're a CEO at a baseball game or a football game.
Boom, roasted. Alright, they're stacking them back up, crossing them up. Pace car's pulling off.
And we are back to green.
Yeah, Godsey really hung back on that restart. Kind of seemed like everyone did, almost like Duggar took a jump, but I don't think he did. They just weren't with him. It's kind of weird. But we are
he
back.
Might have just gone a little bit earlier than the rest of the field was expecting.
Yeah. Well, back under green, Godsey's still going to be putting the pressure on Duggar for first place. It's not letting him go anywhere.
In my opinion, I think Nick Godsey has got... He doesn't necessarily have this race won, but out of all we have a wreck, the 24, the 13, and the 93 are all involved.
Oh my gosh, that 24 just got hammered a couple of times. We're gonna have to go back and take
Well,
a
as
look
I
at
said at the
that.
beginning of the race, this was going to be a bit of a caution fest.
Oh, that car's done. Look at that right front. Yeah, all done. All right, let's see.
That was the 24 of Timothy Carpenter.
Let's see if we can figure out where this started. All right. 24.
You know, I think next race we should probably bring in the pole. We should probably bring in the pole sitter, right? During the pace laps.
So 24 just gets loose and boom.
Gets absolutely pile drove.
Let's take twice. All right, let's take a better look at that. Slide on the high side and just gets destroyed by the 90. Comes sliding down the track and it's at 27. Nowhere to go. Clobbers
Yeah, the
him.
27 of Phil Amson was actually having a decent race. But it looks like that is going to go by the wayside, as that's probably obvious wheel damage.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to go ahead and bring up Timothy Carpenter and see exactly what just happened.
All right.
Tim, it's Chris and Elliot up in the booth. You got a minute?
Sure.
So what happened there on that last wreck?
I think I was pushing too hard. I got loose because the tires were cold, and then I held the brakes, but the 90 just sailed it right in there and took me out.
Is there any chance of you getting that car back on the track? It looks like you took a big hit there. Twice.
No, too much damage. I'm done.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, but luckily this is an exhibition race.
I know, but I was having fun. I was running top 5 until I spun. Self-spun. It's not my own fault.
Well, next week you'll be able to get back out there, and next week is for points. So don't wreck then.
Thanks. I'll try not to.
All right. We'll bring you back down, Tim. A dejected Timothy Carpenter, but seemingly optimistic for next week as well.
Absolutely, like you pointed out to Brandon, preseason race, no points, just warming up, trying to have a little fun. So really no, I mean, bummer to get knocked out of a race, but no extra stress because we're not hurting any point series. As the pace car pulls off, we're going back green. Looks like Duggar spun his tires on that one, got a little wiggle, and that is going to let Godsey go by him on the high side, not quite past him, but they are going to be at a much more of a battle on this restart.
Both Godsey and Garvey have decided to take the high line here, and I think that might be able to give them the momentum. Duggar does seem a bit out of rhythm after that last one. Garvey decides to go back low as, Godsey gets into the wall a little bit. Oh, there's contact! Contact from the leaders. That allows the 11 car of Zach Garvey to get next to the 8 car of Nicholas Godsey. But Godsey's going to be fighting back now, trying to get that position back from the 12. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it though, Chris.
No, that tap into the wall was detrimental. Definitely cost him that bit of run. I think it was kind of a Duggar had a bit of a bad start spinning the tires, and that was his one chance to capitalize on it for the moment, and tapping the wall kind of killed it for him. But he is still right on his bumper, so you know, maybe if he can get to his inside, he might be able to get by him. Maybe he's more of a low line kind of guy. As you pointed out earlier, keeping the tires right down to the paint almost.
Yeah, as Godsey's able to kind of run most lines on this track. No one really is able to run the high line ever since they took down the grip. However, Godsey has just been able to, in the races that I've seen him run at Bristol, he has just been able to roll both lanes with equal effectiveness. And he doesn't really overcook it too much. He's a very patient driver and knows when to attack and when not to attack. As we see Grady Graham fighting with the 15 and the 16 car in that damaged 52.
Not sure if it's the paint or if there's damage on that 16. Kind of hard to see.
What 16? I don't see it.
I just see a number 16. I don't see a car around it.
It just
So-
appears to be floating everywhere. I don't know if that is just a oh no, wait, it's camouflage.
Oh, yeah, I see. I thought it was just some white wheels rolling around. Ah. Oh, and the 15 up there.
Oh, we have a slow car on the track, and whoa! Looks like the 15 got a little loose there, but he'll fall back in line.
Wow, that was... hold on. I wonder if that was netcode. Because that seemed like contact, but we could clearly see there wasn't. Let's go on with Grady.
Looks like that was netcode, or air just got sucked around him and he just spun. Meanwhile, up at the front, we still have 4 cars within
Very
only
weird.
a few, with only a second separating them all. Godsey's continuing to stay on the back of Alan Duggar, while Garvey and Minton continue to bring up the rear of this small little 4-car pack. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, Godsey is just keeping Duggar on his toes. See him, he's getting right up to his bumper, giving a little space, getting right up to him, little space. So you know Duggar is not having a relaxing out front run.
No, what I like to call this moment from Nicholas Godsey is patient aggression. He is being very patient, but he is not letting go of Alan Duggar at all. He is not letting up on that pressure, but he is not overdoing it. He's waiting for Duggar to make a mistake so then he can get into that clean air and take the lead.
Absolutely. If you gotta be, if you're not able to just pass them right away, you know, you need to make sure you're right there to capitalize when they do make a mistake. As they say, Godsey would be keeping Duggar honest.
And there's
And
a
we got another
caution on the
caution.
track.
Like that, just a couple of white
And it
wheels
appears
sitting on
Zachary
there.
Plessity is involved in the 16 car. Go back and take a look here.
Ooh, just got down on the paint.
Just got loose.
So he does have some
Well,
rear
it doesn't-
damage, but the front, I don't think he much got anything out of that.
No, with this Gen 7's car rigid construction, it's very, very difficult to make a small tap on the wall be any major significant damage at any racetrack. I mean, that just little small tap, he is going to be more than fine and can drive on that damage, no problem. His one concern, though, is tires. He will need to pit here.
Felicity pulling into the pits now. Let's see, is he going to take some tires? I don't see the race side going up on that thing. Maybe, yeah, it looks like they're just trying to fix a bit of damage, I guess.
That would be my assumption in this. And there he's off. Getting as much damage as he can get fixed as possible. He'll get off pit road. Oh, I don't know if he's going to beat the pace car out. He might have a tail end penalty here.
I think he's the only one that pitted, so it wouldn't even matter to him, really.
Duggar on the black, cooling down his tires, making sure that they're not too hot for this next run. If you're just joining us, we are on lap 72 under caution of 250. Alan Duggar has led most of this race. but Nicholas Godsey has been putting the pressure on him the entire time. You can see from the aerial view an absolutely packed standings of virtual and cartoonish looking people.
We're gonna get him crossed back up. That should be off on the pace car. And the green flag is back out. Duggar with a jump again. Godsey gonna follow right back in behind him as Garvey and Minton settle their own stuff out. But oh, look at this. Godsey looking on the inside of Duggar.
I think he's gonna have the lane. He's on his side. Godsey's gonna be able to roll that bottom, but let's see what Duggar can do on the top. It's a battle for the lead. Godsey's just able to roll that bottom so well, but Duggar's also able to roll the top so well, showing his proficiency up there. And an excellent way and an excellent skill to not get that much out of rhythm from being on the bottom. And it looks like Duggar's going to be able to pull away here and maintain P1. Godsey, another missed opportunity there, Chris. What do you think?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm wondering if he's almost thinking, like, hold on, maybe I don't have what I thought I had, because, I mean, he's been given the top and hasn't completed it. He's been given the low, he hasn't completed it. I mean, he's right with Duggar, but he just can't seem to finish off the pass.
Oh, contact between the 20 and the 13, but it looks like they've been able to sort it out. Urias is just running that middle lane, trying to get the run on Grady Graham. She'll get there. Right at the bottom. But Graham's going to be able to get ahead of that 93, or at least run alongside of him. And Graham will pass Ryan Most on the outside, with Emily Urias in tow. And Most is going to get in to the 15 of Kurt Thompson.
They were beating and banging
another
there.
Caution.
Something was about to happen there. Something was bound to happen, I should say.
Yeah, you could just kind of feel the energy kind of pick up right there in that little tiny pack, and something was just going to happen. Yeah, 3 wide into the turn.
Looks like, well, the 15 made a little contact.
Kurt Thompson just got on his back end and just contact spun him out. Doesn't look too bad though for Ryan Most. Hopefully he can get back in this thing. You can see him try and get his rear end spun around. I didn't notice that before. That's actually a really cool little Batman paint scheme that he's got going on there.
If you look at it in the mirror, it'll say I'm Batman because it's backwards. Look at that.
Now I like that. Who doesn't love a good slogan right on the front of their car?
When it's backwards, so you can see the person in front of you sees it in the mirror.
Yeah, then you know Batman's chasing you, and that's never a good feeling. Looks like we have the leaders pitting here. Let's see who will get off pit road first.
It's looking like the leaders are all going to take 4 tires. And
looks
Duggar
like
is
Alan
off.
Duggar will make it off of pit road first with Nicholas Godsey, Zach Garvey, and Craig Minton. So the normal running order that we're used to. We can see the 20 of Emily Urias, who's 20 laps down, and the 2 car of Kenny Most, 15 laps down, are going to be staying out. maybe getting their little wave around so they could get at least one lap chalked off of their deep hole that they have.
Max Johnson's going to be starting off on the inside row number 1, and the pace car's just pulling off now. So we're going to have a different restart. Let's see how this one plays out, Elliot. Oh, Duggar spins the tires in the wall.
Allowing Nicholas Gozzi to take the inside line, possibly even allowing Zach Garvey to pass him as well. Garvey will clear the 12 car, and Alan Duggar, after leading the majority of this race, will now fall back into 4th place.
Ooh, rough restart for Alan Duggar.
But Max Johnson's able to step out and take the lead away from Alan Duggar. Nicholas Gozzi is going to be right back in 2nd, where he's been all race, just with a different lead. Oh, and Zach Garvey spins, makes contact with the wall, and Alan Duggar's another caution. No caution. Looks like they're going to keep rolling here. Wow. Kudos to Zach Garvey to get that number 11 car back rolling again after spinning out and hitting the wall.
Oh, that was on
Looked
him.
Like he just got loosed and overcooked it. He hit the wall, and he was just able to keep moving after that contact from Duggar straightened him out. Kudos to Zach Garvey.
He's
That
got
could have been
nose
a lot
damage,
worse.
so.
He does, and he probably even has a little bit of wheel damage. Looks like Gozzi has been able to pass Max Johnson for the lead.
Here's the lead, the move right here.
Craig Minton and Alan Duggar have also been able to pass Max Johnson. Grady Graham is now going to take his swing at it, and Graham will go on the inside here. Johnson's just going to let them pass. Urias will also pass him, even though she is 20 laps down.
For God's sake.
Grady Graham,
finally taking the lead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're all good. It's the first broadcast, folks. Grady Graham has been showing exceptional speed today, and has really shown exceptional speed in any race that he has been in. The one issue that he has to face is consistency, as we see the 30 car, or the 90 car, excuse me, hit into the wall a little, but he's able to keep rolling. Grady Graham just with exceptional speed at a lot of these racetracks, however, just lacks the consistency to be one of the more top-tier drivers. However, once he gets that consistency down, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to be 4,000, 5,000 I rating. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I like what I've seen. This is the first race I've watched him. He's coming up against adversity. I mean, look at, he's got the nose on the damage on the nose of that car from the right-off incident, and then he got himself turned into the wall. But here he is sitting in 4th place, holding on just fine with a damaged car. So. Duggar keeping right on the back bumper of Minton for 2nd place. Well, a little bit of a gap there, just maybe a car length, but.
Oh, Garvey goes for a spin. He's able to keep it off the wall again. Garvey with another problem.
Another self
I think
spin.
he had those tires just scuffed, and he was just trying to make up time that he couldn't make up, and just got loose off at the corner. Great job being able to mitigate the damage though to that 11 car.
He's gonna pull that car down on pit road though.
Nick Gozzi's been able to.
Yeah, exactly. He's just walking away.
Stretch a 1-second gap away from Craig Minton. Minton has got Alan Duggar in tow and is going to have to be dealing with him. And Duggar, we've seen have great long run and short run pace this race. However, as long as he's in the dirty air of Craig Minton, I don't believe that we will see very much time gained as Godsey continues to extend his lead. The longer the green flag run gets, the better it is, the better it's going to be for Nick Godsey.
Yeah, it seems like it's a dirty air has been the factor here tonight, as you know, Duggar led so many laps as Godsey couldn't get by him. Now Godsey's getting by, and he's just pulling away while Duggar's not necessarily struggling, but just not getting by the 22 of Minton. No doubt, because
Again,
of
that
the
dirty air is going to play a huge part in this. The 90 car getting up into the wall a little bit again to let the faster cars by. Only 5 cars remain on the lead lap, with the next car being 2 laps down, the 15 of Kurt Thompson. You could see Godsey just passing on the outside as the 16 of Zachary Plessity decides to stay on the inside on the apron. Not trying to cause any issues.
It's like he's going to head back to the pits, Plessity.
Maybe he wants to get some more damage fixed, or maybe he wants to fix his tires. We're seeing a little bit of a battle out back. Grady Graham trying to hold off Emily Urias, even though Emily Urias is 20 laps down. Still, Urias is under no obligation to not race these guys.
Yeah, of course. Even though you're laps down, you're still trying to race your race. You know, somebody else could be just as many laps down as you, or one less than you, and you're trying to get that back too. Every spot counts. You know, I mean, you know, not racing for points this week, but when we do.
Yeah.
Me.
Well, Urias taps the wall just a little bit. She's trying to catch Grady and maybe have a little bit of fun there, but...
So Alan Duggar has gotten by Minton. Let's take a look at this pass when that happened.
Oh, looks like he was just able to get on the inside as Minton got up into the wall after getting into those marbles on that top lane. The seeker with this track now is that you really have to stay on in the bottom 2 lanes. You cannot run that top lane. Some iRacing devs decided to readjust the top lane after some complaints from the Coke Series drivers saying that the race would move up to the top and it would just eventually start a train on the top. So they decided to crank the grip on the top lane down and crank the grip down slightly in the other parts of the racetrack as well. So this track is not as grippy as it was in the spring.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, that is that's precisely what happened. I happen to have some pretty good inside sources on this matter.
Again, to comment on that.
Working on the
Comment on that dirty air. Alan Duggar has pulled away from Minton now that he's gotten by him and gotten out of that air. We'll be curious to see what happens if Duggar catches up to the back of Godsey, and if there's an dirty air issue with that, Elliot.
Well, there certainly might be. I mean, obviously you saw Nick Godsey struggle a little bit to get around the 15 of Kurt Thompson, putting him 3 laps down now. We're going to see Alan Duggar possibly have the same or similar issue to Nick Godsey. Gap's closed by a full second. You can see that dirty air does definitely play a huge part in this racetrack. Yeah, Alan Duggar is going to have to slow down just a little bit there. Godsey gets around another lap car, but looks like Alan Duggar's been able to close the gap to 9/10 of a second. That number 12 machine is certainly faster than I thought it would be. Maybe he was just holding back earlier on, Chris. What do you think?
That, or just needed to get a little heat in the tires. Sometimes you just gotta take it easy for a few laps, and maybe it kind of got away from him for a minute, but now that those tires are good and heated up, could be right on a rail.
Well, I certainly can agree with that. Especially at Bristol when you have to wait a little bit for that rubber to be laid down. Your car is not going to drive the same at the beginning of the race as it will near the end of the race. That when that rubber gets laid down and sticks to that concrete, it adds grip. And so with more rubber being laid down, Alan Duggar has clearly been able to adjust his driving style to that. But will he be able to catch and pass Nick Godsey? We'll have to see. From what I can see a little bit through this camera angle of Alan Duggar, I can see Godsey just getting a little bit tight off of exit. He seems to be kind of almost diamonding the corner a little bit. He's getting tight middle and a little bit tight on exit. Maybe Duggar just does not have that same problem. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like Duggar's able to just have much better drive off. Gets a little bit high there, though.
Right on the paint. Looks like we have 9 cars still running on track, and the rest of the competitors have unfortunately wrecked out and retired.
Well, that's certainly not too much of a surprise to me, Chris. I mean, with how close this track is racing and has been racing, you're going to see a lot of contact between drivers, and obviously, when contact happens, wrecks happen. And when wrecks happen, your car gets screwed. So that's certainly a factor here.
Yeah, just being Bristol, as well as anybody that's driven these next-gen cars, even, you know, iRacing, they're tough to drive. They come around easy, and once they start going, forget it.
Yeah, certainly. It's definitely much more of a stark contrast between the next gen and the old Gen 6. The Gen 6, you could just be able to save it a little bit more when it got loose. The next gens, once you get to that limit, the car's going to snap on you much, much easier. And once it starts snapping on you, well, a lot of the time, it's going to take more than just talent and skill to get you out of it. It's going to have to be a little bit of luck.
Car give you a little snapperoo. Duggar's got that gap down to 0.3 behind Godsey.
Max Johnson and Grady Graham seem to be locked into a bit of a battle. Max Johnson seems to be a little bit faster, but he just can't get around Grady Graham. Grady Graham able to run that bottom so well and so consistently. It's just keeping Max Johnson from passing. You can see him just get to the bumper and just wash up just a little bit.
Right on him.
Oh, he's going to get to his bumper. Oh!
Oh man, what a cool camera this one is right here.
You can see a little bit of a tap of the wall. Max Johnson is really pushing it hard. He's going to get a little bit on the inside of Grady Graham.
Oh, contact.
Oh, he hits him. Contact. Oh, trying to give him the old Bristol bump and run. He does not want to get lapped, as Alan Duggar seems to have passed Nicholas Godsey for the lead. Duggar now getting caught in the dirty air of Kenny Most. Max Johnson says it's go time, and Grady just will not let him go. Max Johnson takes another swing at it, washes up a little bit high.
They're getting bottled up in front of Duggar.
Duggar is going to be able to get on the outside of Kenny Most. His next move is going to be to pass Max Johnson. Max Johnson, it's now or never to make the pass on Grady Graham in order to stay on the lead lap. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. It looks like he's going to let Alan Duggar go past him, resume his battle with Grady Graham after that. Godsey will follow Alan Duggar up top as well.
Duggar's still trying to have to get by that lap car of Graham.
Well, Grady Graham is certainly a hard driver, and no matter who you are or where you are in terms of position, Grady Graham is going to race you just as hard as he would if he were fighting for the lead. As Godsey's able to make the pass on.
Oh!
And Johnson gets back into Grady Graham. Oh, I don't see this aggression going away anytime soon. Kenny Most seems to have the perfect view of this action.
Let's take a look back now that that has gotten sorted out and calmed down a bit to where Alan Duggar passed Nicholas Godsey for the lead. Got himself up on the high side and just drove that thing right by Godsey.
Oh, contact between Johnson and Grady Graham again as Johnson's finally able to make the pass. I can't imagine either driver they're either having the time of their life or they're both not very happy with each other.
You can see Graham slid up into that 13 and get him into the wall a little bit. Back up front, Duggar opening up just a bit of a lead over Godsey with a 3/10 gap.
I don't think Godsey's going to go away, though. I think Godsey's definitely got something for him, at least near the end. And we'll certainly be seeing that as we'll probably have one more pit stop to go, at least one before the end of the race. We are now 100 laps remaining after this is the longest green flag run we've had all race. Looks like the 90 just got into the wall and is going to have to pit here.
Take a look at the graphic on the right side. We can see how many laps since everybody has pitted. So everybody's on just about the same tires. But yeah, we've had 70 laps since the last pit. It's like 83, yeah. The top 6 cars all pitted on lap 83. So I'd say we're definitely going to have at least one more pit stop before this one's done. And now Minton going a lap down. Looks like Duggar and Godsey are just that much faster than everyone else. They have both now lapped the entire field.
They're running away with this one. 2 cars remaining on the lead lap, and Craig Minton is the first car 1 lap down. We'll get the free pass should we get a caution out here.
Looks like Johnson running down Minton. Oh, Minton's going to smack the wall. That's going to let Johnson go right by him.
Duggar appears to be opening up a 0.5 of a second lead on Godzi. We're really going to have to see what's going to happen near the end of this race. Godzi seems to have the short run speed, but Duggar's just been able to stay much more consistent on that long run.
Duggar's going to be coming up on another lap car here. And
that is the 15 car of Kurt Thompson going another lap down. Just Thompson gets into the marbles on the top lane and hits the wall. This might hold up Nicholas Godzi a little bit.
Something happened to Josh Most. Let's take a look. Looks like he just kind of loses on his own.
Looks like he just got loose. Ooh, that's going to be significant wheel damage. He's going to definitely have to pit here.
Fortunately for the rest of the competitors, the yellow flag did not come out for that one. Looks like he's going to pull that car down on the pit road now.
I don't think I'm too off by saying this. We could see this run go green for the rest of the race. We'll certainly have to have at least one more pit stop, but it may go green for the rest here.
So Minton has lost third place to Max Johnson.
Min just appears to be falling off a little bit. I wonder if he got into the wall. Maybe he has a little bit of damage going on, or maybe he's just not as good on the long run as Max Johnson.
Minton's down on pit road.
Duggar's just been able to get into that clean air and open up another 1.2 second lead on Nicholas Godzi. My statement still stands. It appears Duggar's just much better on the long run than Godzi. However, if this does come down to a green-white checkered finish, I don't think I would be too off by saying that Nick Godzi would definitely be able to take him on that short run speed, especially after the not so great restarts we've seen from Alan Duggar recently, Chris.
I don't know. I think that situation would depend on where they're at with tires. I think I kind of feel like the only reason that Duggar got such a bad restart was because he was on the fresh tires. But the other restarts where he hasn't been.
If there is a green-white checker, I don't see any reason why there wouldn't be both of these two cars pitting in order to get tires. That tire advantage will mean a lot near the end of the race. Could be the difference from a few inches. As we see Duggar being able to make the pass on Grady Graham, putting Graham another lap down. In what other race is the fourth place car 2 laps down, Chris? This is mind-boggling to me. I think only Martinsville can compare to this.
Yeah, it definitely has to happen on a short track.
Yeah, I don't think you would really see this happen on super. Well, maybe, if there's a bunch of wrecks, but who knows? see one car coming into the pit lane. That looked to be either the
Kurt
I think it was the
Thompson.
15 of Kurt Thompson. Yeah,
Yes.
going into the pits, putting some of that fresh rubber on. Maybe even going to the end of this thing. He is 5 laps down in 6th place, so I don't see why he wouldn't, or him being now 6 laps down.
And Grady Graham going to hit the pit road.
My guess is he'll take 4 new tires and fuel. Make one last push to the end. Maybe even gain a lap back on Max Johnson, as Johnson, I assume, continues to stay out here. Yeah, Max Johnson is staying out, so Grady Graham looking to undercut a little bit and maybe stay out front just so he can snag that 3rd place away from Max Johnson on the next pit cycle.
Duggar almost a 3-second lead over Godsey now.
Yeah, he's just been able to open up a lot here. I wonder when he's going to pit, though, because Godsey has the option to undercut and could force Duggar down to pit road a lap or two earlier than Duggar really wants. However, Nick Godsey seems to be in a position where if he can't get to Alan Duggar, under any circumstances, he's just not going to win this race. You can see him getting passed by Craig Minton there.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Godsey has fallen the heck off as of the last handful of laps. Duggar has almost 4.5 seconds over him, since I had said 3 seconds only a few laps ago. Got to imagine he's going to be coming down to pit soon.
Maybe he just got overzealous and tried to catch Duggar when he just did not have the stuff. I assume, though, that he is going to come down pit road pretty soon.
Yeah, at this point, the competitors have over 100 laps on their tires. The top 3, that is.
I definitely envision them pitting here pretty soon, probably around lap 200. Get them to that 50 lap mark, or even maybe 210. Make sure they have that 40 lap run.
Man, I just don't see with the speed that Godsey is lost. I can't see him staying out too much longer.
Me neither. The prudent thing to do would be to pit early now and try his best to undercut Alan Duggar.
Absolutely. If he gets tires now, he's going to be quicker. He could get up to Duggar before Duggar even gets tires and at least level it out. I mean, I think at this point he's waited too long for that to work in his favor as far as taking the lead. But I think maybe kind of salvage what's left of it, I guess.
It is Bristol, though, and you never know what may happen here.
That's true. Somebody could lose it and have a caution. Self-spinner caution. And then that's when we go, this changes everything.
Remember, races are won on the last lap, not lap 200, not lap 201.
You only
It's won
need
on
to
lap 250 here.
You only need to lead one lap. As long as it's the last one.
Correct.
Alright, here we are on 201, so Gossi still hasn't pitted, along with Duggar. And-
Godzi's losing seconds. He needs to pit now if he's going to even have a prayer. It's now or never for Godzi, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's just hurting himself. Every lap that goes by is just getting worse. Bring that car down to pits, man.
He just lost another 0.4 of a second. We'll see how much he lost this time around. Kurt Thompson on fresh tires will force Alan Duggar up to the wall. So will Grady Graham, as Duggar's been able to open up a 7.2 second gap on Nicholas Godzi. I'm going to be honest, Chris. Unless Alan Duggar has a mishap, I don't see him closing a 7-second gap, no matter how much you undercut here. I just don't believe it'll happen.
No, not at this point. Gossi's gonna just have to hope that Duggar makes a mistake. Or a caution.
Or a caution comes out. Yeah. We head into the last 43 laps here at Bristol. Alan Duggar's just running away with this one.
Oh, we got a little bit of a jumble there by Grady. Bit of contact with Kurt Thompson.
Yeah, he forced Urias up to the wall a little bit.
Not a whole lot of clean, straight-paneled cars left in this race.
No, lots of contact.
Even your leader with a
Lots of
boofed up
cautions.
nose. I think Godzi might actually be clean car.
He hasn't really made any mistakes in terms of hitting the wall that we've seen, but he is not managing his tires very well.
Duggar gonna go by that lap car of Urias.
Yeah, the 20 car just not showing too much speed as she is 21 laps down on the same lap as the 2 of Kenny Most. Still, she is in 7th place right now. 21 laps down and in 7th place. Have you ever seen that before?
Just wanted a low car count. Yeah, this has been quite a green flag run we've had here. I believe it's been over.
I don't really see another caution coming out unless someone decides to overcook it. Duggar is 10 seconds ahead of Nicholas Godzi. I wonder when Alan Duggar is going to pit, though. Maybe he's staying out too long, or maybe he has enough fuel to make it to the end of the race.
I think we should call Minty Craig.
Bring him up here?
No, I'm saying we should call Craig Minton Minty Craig.
He does have that fresh paint scheme on.
Mint. Wonder if Godsey and Duggar are playing a game of hold out on each other. Who's gonna do it first?
You know, I don't believe that they are going to pit. I think their fuel is good. If they were going to pit, they would have pit now.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Wow, looks like Godsey is about to go a lap down to Duggar here.
Oh,
Which means
man.
that if this race continues to go green, Alan Duggar will finish first
By himself. Only car on the lead lap.
with no one else on the lead lap.
Only person to do 250 laps.
Unless we have a green-white checkered, and Duggar is just getting right behind Godsey. I don't see Godsey being able to hold him off. Duggar will get on his outside, and will clear him going into the turn.
Well, that's gonna do it, Elliot. One car on the lead lap.
Yeah, I've seen crazier stuff, man. I have seen much crazier things happen in racing. For example, I've seen Eric Jones win a race.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go, Godsey on pit road.
Wow, he's gonna try and undercut Max Johnson a little bit here. I don't know if I think best case scenario for Nick Godsey is he's gonna pit now and then try and take Max Johnson on the fresh tires. But I don't know if he'll be able to make that work.
He's going for all 4 tires, too.
A 4-tire pit stop for Nick Godsey as he'll go one more lap down
Ooh.
to Alan Duggar.
We're showing Godsey to be 4 laps down now.
Wow. He's on the same lap as Craig Minton and Grady Graham, albeit on fresh tires.
Man, that pit stop hurt. 4 tires with 20 to go is kind of a weird choice, but I'm not the driver, so...
Oh, Alan Duggar's going to be pitting in here.
He must need fuel.
Maybe.
Man.
He must have felt that he was just getting a little bit too loose. It was going to overcook it. But with 20 laps to go, I'm questioning this decision.
Maybe just a
it
splash
looks like
of fuel.
Max Johnson is going to be able to cycle out to the lead here.
Oh my goodness.
Folks, this is getting interesting. This is getting real interesting.
Oh
if
boy.
Max Johnson can stretch the fuel and have just enough pace for these next 18 laps, Max Johnson is going to steal one.
Man, if there's ever a time you wish you could talk to a driver during the race. Hey man, you got enough fuel?
It would be now.
What are we doing? What's the plan?
Oh boy.
Here comes Duggar back out on track, 1 lap down. Godsey now 2 laps down. Minton 2 laps down. We must have had just a error in our ticker there. Max Johnson is now the only car on the lead lap. Let's see.
Can Johnson stretch the fuel out to the end and be able to manage his tires and steal one away from the very solid and consistent Alan Duggar? I think that in all honesty, I think it was a mistake for Alan Duggar. Oh! Max Johnson goes high to block. He's not gonna let Alan Duggar go by easily. Duggar gets there on the bottom. Maybe Johnson got loose, but that looked intentional to me.
He's got 14 laps to make up 15 seconds. He better get on it.
Hey, the tire difference, there is something to be said there. We could see something happen here. He's gained about a second this lap. I don't know. With 13 to go, can he do it? Can he make up over a second a lap? Because that's what it's going to take in order for him to catch and beat Max Johnson. Another second is off as we have 12 to go now.
Oh my goodness. Is Johnson gonna have enough fuel? Is Doug gonna be able to make it around to catch him? Duggar possibly kicking himself right now.
As Nicholas Godsey goes right around Max Johnson.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, no matter which way you slice it, this is a great move for Max Johnson. Just being able to stay out here on old tires and stretch the fuel run. I mean, you're already one lap down, and the rest of the guys behind you are laps down as well. I mean, what's the big deal here? You stay out. You don't lose that. Oh, looks like he's pitting. Oh, Max Johnson might have run out of gas. Just doesn't think that he can do it, and it looks like that Alan Duggar is just going to be able to win it here. Well, we're certainly going to have some conversations and certainly get better on the know in terms of fuel strategy here. But it looks like Alan Duggar's going to run away with this one. Nick Godsey not far enough ahead to make up that lap.
Five laps to go. Alan Duggar out in first. Godsey has regained second place.
Johnson's going to go another lap down and will be behind Grady Graham and Craig Minton here. If Max Johnson had the fuel, I question on why he was pitting unless he was wrecking tight or wrecking loose pretty much.
No, he had to be out of fuel. There's no way he would have otherwise.
Yeah, I would have stretched it out to the end. If nothing else, then to at least secure a P2 here. And I think with 3 to go, we can confidently say that Alan Duggar has got this race in the bag. There is no way that he screws this up.
Two laps to go. Here comes Alan Duggar to grab the white flag one more time around, and he's going to bring that car to victory lane. Just 2 more corners.
Coming off turn 4, and Alan Duggar will win the inaugural Graham Crackers Racing League, albeit exhibition race. And he will put everyone a lap down in a absolutely dominating performance. What a great race. That got a little interesting at the end, didn't it, Chris?
Yeah, we got some excitement there between the pit strategies coming down with maybe we're 20 to 15 laps to go. And Alan Duggar going to pull it down the front stretch to burn it down.
He almost hit Kurt Thompson. Well, a great win for Alan Duggar, and he'll just be shredding whatever is left of his tires after that one.
Your final results. Alan Duggar is brought it home into victory lane tonight. Nicholas Godsey in second, Craig Minton, and rounds out the podium. Grady Graham with a good 4th place finish. Max Johnson, top 5. Kurt Thompson is 6th. Kenny Moe, 7th. 8th is Emily Urias. 9th, Josh Moe. Zachary Plessides, 10th. 11th is Zach Garvey. 12th goes to Ryan Most. Phil Amson is 13th. Timothy Carpenter is 14th, and 15th is Brandon Sanders.
All right, well, why don't we go ahead and bring the winner up as he's doing his Polish victory lap. Alan, it's Elliot and Chris in the studio.
Yes, sir.
You were holding out at the end on fuel a little bit, I noticed. What were you thinking when Max Johnson stayed out at the end and with barely any laps to go?
Well, I could tell my right front was going away. I could make it on fuel. I just knew I had to pit and just played it safe. That way I didn't blow the right front and jump the car.
Well, that certainly makes sense. And I mean, congrats on winning the inaugural Graham Crackers race, man. Hope to see you in some more of these.
Yes, sir.
Congrats
Alan,
on the
how
win,
was that? Was there an issue with dirty air? It seemed like when you were behind Godsey, you had a little bit of trouble getting by him, and same likewise with him getting by you. But once you were on your own, you kind of just jetted off into clean air. Was that a factor tonight?
Yes, dirty air is horrible in these things. There was a car that got loose in front of me on one of the restarts, and I kind of clipped him with my right front, gave me a little right front damage, and that didn't help matters none. Made me a little tighter than I wanted to be, and when you get up in that bubble, that 5.5 to 0.8 bubble behind somebody, it just makes it even tighter. So I had to think of a way to kind of cut through the air and was able to get around them.
All right. Well, you did a great job tonight. Just dominant fashion. Who do you want to thank for helping you get here?
Turner's Alignment, Flying Chain Farms, Senal Motorsport, Forest Bar Ranch, and that's all.
All right. Well, congratulations on the big win tonight, Alan.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You want to
Let's
see
bring
if
up
we
the
got...
second place finisher, Nick Godsey. Nick, Chris and Elliot up in the studio. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, buddy.
Well, you got P2 there. We noticed that you were going down a lot of seconds, and you ended up being lapped by Alan Duggar. What was going through your mind? What was your strategy in those closing laps?
Well, honestly, I didn't expect for it to go for that long of a green flag run, so I didn't do as much protecting of the right front, and that's pretty much what it done. It just, the car tightened up, and I couldn't do anything with it.
I noticed you were getting tight off exit a little bit on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Other than that, what did you think of Max Johnson's strategy to stay out?
If he would have had the fuel, I think he would have done good. He'd have ended up winning it, I believe.
He didn't have the fuel?
No.
Oof. Well, I guess that'll do it for him.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, Chris, you got anything to add here?
Yeah, I mean, first, congratulations on the second place finish and the great run you had. That's 250 laps is quite a long race, so even just to make to the end, and I think you actually might have had the cleanest car on track, the only one without damage. But so congratulations on the podium. Who do you want to thank for helping you get here? Thank you, sponsors.
Now, I'd like to thank Morocco Select. I'd like to thank the Graham Crackers Racing League, and most of all, thank my family for putting up with me doing this hobby here.
All right, well said, Nick. Congratulations on the podium, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
10-4, man. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna bring up Craig Minton because he finished third, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Cool. Bringing him up. They want us to go like 1, 2, 3 for the
Yep.
for all this. So, all right, bring him up. Craig, it's Chris and Elliot in the booth. How you doing?
Man, I'm fantastic. How are y'all doing?
We're doing all right. It was one hell of a race there. You were able to hang with the leaders at the beginning of the race. What happened near the middle and near the end?
Man, to be honest with you, I think I'm just kind of racing above my pay grade here. A lot of these guys have been racing the A car a lot longer than I have, and it's a learning experience for me. So
Okay, what about your strategy going into the race as opposed to during the race? Was it any different as the race progressed?
not so much. My strategy was just to survive and not get wrecked by Grady, to be honest with you.
Well, we all know that Grady has a bit of an aggressive streak in him. But he certainly did well today, able to stay out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it was a good race, man. It was a good time, good group of guys. Awesome. Graham Crackers Racing is welcoming me in with open arms, and I appreciate that.
Chris, you got anything to add here?
Yeah, just congratulations on the podium, and make sure you thank your sponsors who helped you get here tonight.
Yeah, man. Ryko for sure, running their setups every week, and just trying to spend some more time in the seat.
All right, well said. Congratulations on the podium. We look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, Elliot, we do need to thank our sponsors. That's going to be Too Easy for LC. They're going to be the artwork sponsor. Tonight's art is brought to you by Too Easy for LC for custom paint, thumbnails, hero art, and logos. Send a message at tooeasy4lc.art@gmail.com for all of your custom paints, thumbnails, hero arts, and logos. Well, Elliot, what do you think of our opening practice race for the Graham Cracker Racing Series? Final thoughts?
Well, if tonight's any indicator of what it's going to be like for the coming weeks, I'm pretty excited. We had some good racing, a lot of excitement, and I enjoyed working with you tonight, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to firing up the point season and getting rolling with that. Yeah, just being in the booth with you every week for the Graham Cracker Racing Series.
Sounds great.
All right, well, thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week. That's going to do it for us here at 1-5 Studios. We want to thank you for joining us tonight for the Graham Cracker Racing Series here at Bristol for our long 250 lap race. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the racing action. We've got full NIS length races coming from this racing series all season long, so make sure you don't miss any of it. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the next track.